I gotta find out about this take. Explain to me why talk no jutsu is the most important part of Naruto. I don't want you to give the whole video.
Okay. I'll give you the short end of it.
Yeah.
The theme of Naruto, the overall theme of Naruto. People can say that it's people. There's different answers that people can give, but I would say personally that the overall theme of Naruto is overcoming hatred. So, and that's like something that you can see in like every arc, every character that Naruto talk no jutsus. He's always trying to overcome hatred. That's his whole character. So if Naruto were not to try any other way to come at the conflicts that he faces, it wouldn't be true to what the theme of the story is. So essentially that video is just me explaining that the reason that Naruto doesn't defeat his enemies just like every other, or I mean I guess most shonen protagonists do, is because the whole point of Naruto is to show us another way, like to find another way to overcome conflict, to overcome hatred, rather than just Pain said it best with the cycle of hatred, so I feel like I don't really have to dive into that, but it's basically it's his whole character.
Three characters. It was definitely good in his case, but some cases I'm a little bit thrown off. For example, the Obito thing. Of course,
Right.
he was very useful in the fourth grade Shinra War when he was actually taught no jutsu, but it seemed a bit unrealistic how Obito would kind of do all of that and just kind of be like persuaded away from it.
I touched on that in the video, and I think that the problem is, or I don't know if it's a problem, but the thing is that like it isn't realistic, but that's because Naruto, I would say, is better than most of us. Like that's something that we couldn't do, so we find it unrealistic. But I think that Naruto is meant to be better than us in a way. He's meant to he's like I would say a role model, but like I don't think that that's the right word. I don't want to use that word. He's like the ninja Jesus, exactly.
Yeah,
we can't fathom him forgiving Obito, even though that's the dude that killed his parents or got his parents killed, essentially. So we can't really fathom that because I don't think any of us could look our parents' murderer in the face and go, yeah, you know what, you're a cool guy. So it does seem unrealistic, but it's just like I think personally, forgiving somebody is a lot harder than forgiving your enemies is a lot harder than just simply defeating them. So I think if anything, that makes Naruto a stronger person to be able to do that.
So I see what you mean. I can accept it. I can accept that. Now, real quick, from that line of thinking, would you consider yourself a Naruto fan, the character, not the series?
Yeah, I love Naruto.
All right,
one of the most inspiring characters I think that I've ever come across.
All right, I think this is good. So recently, now Mello essentially gave a take saying that he shouldn't necessarily be Hokage. He should kind of be in the field working a bit because he kind of made a bit of mistakes as a Hokage. What do you think about Naruto being a Hokage? Should he continue to be Hokage? What do you think about how he did and also what do you think about how he did as a Hokage? Put it like that.
I think that the issue is that I feel like Naruto, he can't be the Hokage by himself. Like he can't be making all the decisions because as nice as it is for Naruto to want to see the good in everyone, sometimes that's not there. Sometimes you need a Shikamaru in your ear saying, yo dude, don't do that. But he hasn't been listening to Shikamaru a lot of the time in Boruto, and I think that's one of the problems.
Exactly.
I mean, like, I could see him stepping down, but like, I don't think he needs to, but I could see him like as a character saying, oh yeah, I think I need to step down and take a step back. And I wouldn't be totally against that for the story. I think that would be interesting. Yeah, but a lot of people would be mad. I
Oh
will
yeah,
say
people would be
that
pissed off. People would be
because
pissed
that's
off.
kind of his whole thing to be
Yeah,
the
one hundred
Hokage.
percent. His whole dream and everything. But one of the things
Right.
that I was thinking, I thought it would probably be a very good thing for him to step down just because of the sake that he'd be able to train more. I think him being able to train more along with Sasuke. Of course, I know they're old generation characters and people don't necessarily like
Hmm.
the idea of old generation characters really getting a power buff, but I think it'll be very interesting to see exactly how far Naruto can push his body, push his whole, sage mode, and also push his ability to manipulate the tailed beast. I think that right there would probably be like an interesting storyline in Boruto, especially in Boruto Shippuden.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually think that I wouldn't mind, like, even if he didn't step down, I wouldn't mind like a good section of the story where he just kind of like exiles him, not exiles himself, but like goes like to self-reflect,
Hmm.
and just kind of steps away from the village for just a little bit. But things would have to calm down. I feel like it might have to be like during the time skip, like after everything that's going on is settled right now.
Yeah, and speaking of the current events in Boruto, are you fully caught up with the Boruto manga? I'm assuming because I seen your recent video.
Yeah.
All right, so there are a couple of things that me, Free Game, and Mel we've essentially been talking about. And I think this right here is very good to get other people's perspectives. Now, at this given moment, Naruto is essentially like just seeing his son die from the hands of Kawaki. Me personally, I think that Naruto's probably gonna be chill. I think some other people think that Naruto's gonna go out on a rage. How do you think that Naruto's gonna handle this situation?
I don't think he's gonna be mad. Like maybe like I don't see Naruto being like the like ragey character anymore. Like that's kind of not. I feel like he's outgrown that like immensely. I could see him being extremely sad, but I don't think, for one, I don't think that he's gonna be like okay with what happened. But the thing is, if Kawaki and Boruto already had a plan like set, and if the reason that Kawaki was so okay with doing this so suddenly was that he knows Boruto is going to come back, obviously Boruto's going to come back. But if Kawaki already knows that, and this is like something more complex than just kill Boruto to kill Momoshiki, which I think it is. I think it's more complex than that. I think they know something that we don't. If that's the case, then he's just gonna tell Naruto, and then Naruto's gonna be chill, because like he knows that Boruto's not dead, or is not going to be staying dead at least.
So you think that there's actually a plan to like kill Boruto and get karma seal off of Boruto through those means?
I think that their plan is more complex than, because I think at face value it just seems like that their plan is, oh yeah, last resort, just kill Boruto and that's the end of Momoshiki. But I think that just because of how chill Kawaki was about the situation, and how Ada didn't really react in the way that I would have expected. She was pretty chill about it. So I think that they both know something that the audience and the other characters don't, which is making them remain calm in this situation. And I think that is obviously something to do with Boruto returning to life. Like they've already set something up. I don't know if they've put karma on Code, or if Boruto put karma on whatever Amato's cooking up in his lab. I don't know, but I think that they know something that we don't, and that it's not as simple as him just killing Boruto just as a last resort.
俺の友ならば